Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. So that my today's talk is about protecting the digital world starts with you. And this presentation is for everyone. It is not for IT centric people. It is for all of us who are using computers, who are using mobile phones, who are using tablets, who are using devices. And it's going to help those who want to pursue a career in cybersecurity. So let's begin. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Tabassum W, and I've been associated with academia for quite some time. And I'm a researcher, a curriculum developer, and I deliver trainings and boot camps on technology education. In addition to this, I'm a certified cybersecurity professional, and I take pride in mentoring the next generation of technology professionals. I like to help out people who want to dive in cybersecurity career, and I guide them, I advise them, and I I'm happy if they excel in their specific roles, right? So this is a little bit about me, and today we are going to explore the current state of cybercrime as it is impacting our lives tremendously. And we need to come up with a solution to raise the awareness level so that people are aware that how they can protect themselves. After doing my certification, I realized that it's my duty, it's my job to raise the level of awareness. So in this presentation, I'm going to discuss a little about the cyber security fundamentals, the various concepts which relate to cybersecurity. And by the end of the session, you will be able to understand how you can dive into cybersecurity uh, arena, what you need to learn, how is the job market, which certifications you can pursue, and how you can position for a specific job role, right? So, are you able to hear me and see me? No issue so far? Are you there?
Yes, Dr. Wahid, we can see
Okay,
your
okay.
presentation. We can hear you very well.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Very
All right.
welcome.
Okay. So, the learning objectives of this presentation is that we need to identify the challenges which are around us. We need to see what type of cybercrime state is there, why cybersecurity is so significant, and how we can get started, right? So, what essentials of cybersecurity we need to know, and after that, I'll brief about some career roles, specific roles in cybersecurity, and what skills you need to have to secure those positions in the industry. All right. So, we are living in a digital world, and this digital world, which is also known as online realm, is created with the help of various kinds of technology devices, protocols, applications, and these applications, they have given us you know, a to work with. They have given us the ease to be productive. But these applications, networks, comes with a cost. We have to pay a cost for this. We are addicted to applications like WhatsApp, like but all these applications, they are so preventing children. They are making us they are raising security concerns.
Dr.
And what?
Wahid,
Yeah,
okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I would like to make a quick suggestion. The sound is cutting significantly, and
okay,
in order to avoid that, if you allow me, please, to suggest that you close the video so that the bandwidth of the audio feed increase a little bit so we can hear you, even if we cannot see you. When you
All right.
close the video, this will allow the sound to come out a little more clearly.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So let me close my.
No, the video, don't close the presentation.
No, no,
Let,
I'm not closing the.
okay.
I'll close my cam. You want me to close the camera?
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting so that the
Okay.
sound can get more bandwidth.
All right. Okay. Let me check. Let me check.
Okay. All right.
All right. I've closed my camera, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
you can now the presentation is there and my voice should be audible. I should be audible now.
Yes. The sound is clearer now.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. So
Super.
what I was saying that we are like facing many type of challenges right now as far as security is concerned, and no one is immune to cyber crime, whether it is a government, whether it is university, whether it is an individual. We are all targets of cyber crime, and it is a growing expense for everyone, for businesses, for countries, for governments. So there is a significant increase in cybersecurity budgets, and organizations are experiencing financial losses, reputation damage, just because of these cyber attacks they are bearing. They are facing these cyber attacks on a daily basis, and this is costing them a lot of money. Okay, so if we can look at the slide, you can see that by 2026, the cybercrime damage will go above $11 trillion. So you can imagine the state of the crime and how it is going to influence all of us. So in 2026, cybercrime is expected to grow tremendously. And the reason behind this would be the presence of artificial intelligence tools, right? You might have heard about AI, it's the buzzword right now. And the cyber attackers, they are taking benefit of these sophisticated tools. So it is predicted that if we compare cybercrime with a nation, it's almost equal to a nation's the largest third nation as far as economy is concerned, right? So this is the estimated figures. Just for your information, I'm sharing these, and you can see that by 2026, by 2027, the crime is going to grow and grow and grow, right? So let's take some real life examples. In 2025, a finance executive in Hong Kong, he was tricked into transferring a huge amount of money with the help of a deep fake video call. Now, you must be familiar what a deep fake is. Deep fake is something which comes from AI, and in which you create realistic videos of people, and the executive was tricked into believing that the video call is coming from his legitimate employee, and this was a AI generated deception. So just imagine that in organizations what will happen when you get calls from your chief executive or your managers, and those calls will be fake calls, right? So this is a very high concern right now. Similarly, in October previous month, 2025, a company known as F5 Networks, their source code was stolen, and it was a organized crime, and all the confidential information was stolen, and it was sold somewhere. Similarly, Western Sydney University on October 23rd last month, they experienced a supply chain attack in which the entire records, the bank details, the tax numbers, they were all stolen, and they were university faced several incidents last month on this. In another incident, Qantas, an airline, their customers' data that was given to some criminals, and it was stolen. So we can see that the gravity of situation is increasing every day. So what we can conclude that crime is significantly impacting individuals, organizations, academia, and society at large, and a wide range of financial, psychological consequences are there. So this is a big concern for all of us. If you look at this slide, the financial losses are growing by 1 billion every minute. The data breaches, the loss of data, the way data is stolen, data leaks happens, it is growing by 60%. And the spending on cybersecurity, organizations are pushed to invest in cybersecurity just to save their reputation. So cyber security is something on which we need to focus right now, just to fight with the cyber crime. The impact of security breaches is not limited to organization. It is affecting the healthcare system, the hospitals. It is putting the lives at risk. It is affecting critical infrastructures like the telecom sector, the energy industry, and and then it is also affecting the individuals. It's affecting you and me. Our data is not secure, even if we believe that to the organization which hold our data, we are not very much confident that our data is secure and they are following some strict policies for in securing our data. So what sort of damage this is causing? It is causing reputational damage to organization. And there was an incident in 2017 where a company experienced damage due to cybercrime, and their stocks went down by 35%. So customers are now very scared that their personal data is unsafe. They are not willing to share that information with organizations, right? Then there is a financial impact, right? This is that can be direct, this can be indirect, because organizations are having ransomware attack in which people are, you can say, blackmailing them to give them their money to get their data back, right? And they are having indirect losses as well, in which their productivity is going down, their business operations are interrupted, so they are suffering losses in many aspects. So financial impact is there. In another aspect, cybercrime is also causing increased emphasis on data protection and privacy law. So there are organizations who have enforced strict privacy laws. Uh, they have created laws such as GDPR. It operates in Europe, and NIST and HIPAA, which operates in United States, and they are giving penalties and they are giving fines to uh, organization for not doing compliance. So the idea behind this legal and regulatory consequences is that organization need to follow certain rules and regulation to secure data, right? For example, if I'm sharing my health records in a hospital, I must be confident that my health record is not going to leak anywhere, right? So every healthcare institution or every health hospital need to adhere to HIPAA compliance, right? So if they don't, they'll be fined heavily for this. And another aspect is loss of intellectual property. When a cyber crime happens, when a cyber attack comes, there is a possibility that your proprietary data gets lost. Your whatever research and development you have done, your competitors may get advantage on that. So, or it is possible a country's secure data is stolen somewhere. So the damage can be at individual level, it can be at organizational level, and it can be at the national level, right? And there is an example that during the pandemic, many pharmaceutical firms, they were attempting to get the you can say vaccine for COVID-19 through cyber, you can say espionage attacks on other pharmaceuticals. So the chances of losing trade secrets, proprietary information is also there as the cybercrime grows. Finally, cybercrime also impacts us psychologically. When we lose our data, we feel helpless, we feel powerless, we feel unsafe. And when we get these mails from criminals, we become victims of scams. We really feel humiliated, although it's not our fault. So, psychological impact is also very drastic as far as cyber crime is concerned. So, cyber crime is influencing all of us in many ways, right? And we need to come up with some way to mitigate it, to combat it. All right. So far, I believe everyone is able to hear what I have discussed so far. Hello.
Is any issue at all, Dr. Wahid? Uh,
Yes.
Except that if I were an issue personally while we're waiting for questions later on, my
Mm-hmm.
interpretation, my personal understanding is that cybersecurity must be costly. There are many countries around the world that use technology, computer technology heavily, but when it comes to infrastructure or security, they don't have enough funds, sufficient funds, enough money to make sure that it is safe out there. So, what is your word? What is your advice to those countries that are also at risk, but they cannot afford to pay for security? What is your stand on that?
Okay. Okay. Um, my answer is that first of all, the first line of defense comes from our home, from our own
Okay,
devices. Okay,
okay,
which doesn't need any huge amount of money or funds. See, so the humans are the first line of defense. So you need to secure yourself, and then you'll be able to secure others, and then we'll be able to secure the society. See, so
okay,
my next slide is on how the human factor is creating, you can say, openings for the cyber criminals to enter, right? So we need to
okay,
follow
all
some
right,
best practices ourselves. Okay, as far as the funds are concerned, as far as the money is concerned, you are absolutely right. It is essential for huge organizations like banks, fintechs, industry, aviation. They need huge amount of money to
mhm,
procure equipment and devices. But as far as individuals are concerned, we need to follow certain best practices,
okay,
simple steps to secure ourselves, right? So this presentation is doesn't target specific organizational culture. It
Mm-hmm.
targets all of us. What I'm trying to say in the next slide is that we need to, you can say, look around us, that how are we giving room to the cyber criminals? Are
Okay.
we creating opportunities for them? All right, so let's move on.
All right.
First of all, I would like to discriminate between two words: information security and cyber security. Information
Okay.
security is something that protects everything, that everything include paper, computers, right? But when we talk about cyber security, we are protecting digital assets, right? And when we say digital assets, it means that we are protecting those those machines which are connected to the internet, right? So that's why the cyber security is important, that if we follow certain steps, if we follow certain rules, we can have a secure society, a cyber culture around us. Cyber security implementation starts in your home. It will protect your data, it will protect your intellectual property, it will protect you from financial losses, it will protect your sensitive information. So cybersecurity is not a luxury now, it is a necessity, right? We need to understand this. There was a time when organization used to say that if there is a cyber attack, now they say when there is a possibility of a cyber attack. See, the things have changed. It, everyone is vulnerable now, everyone is exposed to it. So it's not a technical issue right now, it is protecting people, it is protecting trust, it is protecting about national resilience. So can you see my slide right now?
Yes, everything is clear.
Okay,
Who
so
is
who's
responsible?
responsible for security?
All right.
Yeah, is the government responsible? Is the are the organizations responsible? Or you and me are responsible? The answer is that we all are responsible. We have to bear this responsibility together, right? So safety doesn't come automatically. We need to have the awareness, the vigilance, and the sense of responsibility. Okay. So cybersecurity responsibility is for all, so that we have a secure digital world, right? So let's begin with some technical jargon. All right. Anybody who is aware of these terms: hacker, white hat hacker, black hat hacker? Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me just give a general overview. A hacker is someone who has negative intentions, right? And as a matter of fact, the individual is a criminal, okay? And he his objective is to steal confidential data, information. So we have variety of hackers roaming in the cyberspace. We have black hat hackers, white hat hackers, gray hat hackers, blue hat hackers. So there is a difference. Black hat hackers are the criminals, white hat hackers are the good people. They are the security experts who are trying to wear the boots of the black hat hackers. They are trying to uh, break in the organization machines to find out if the black hat hacker can do this or not. Gray hat hackers are somewhere in between. They also break in the infrastructure of organization, but their intention is not harmful. Then we have blue hat hackers, green hat hackers. These green hat are those, you can say, professional, those who beginners who has just started learning about hacking. And then we have school kids or script kiddies. And finally, we have hacktivists. Hacktivists are those people who do hacking for some political or social reason. And then we have state sponsored hackers, which they have the support of a specific government, right? So the next term, which is very frequently used in hacking, is an asset. Now, what is an asset? Asset is something which is valuable for anyone, right? So, asset can be your computer, it can be your laptop, it can be your applications running on a machine, it can be your data, it can be an individual who has some information with him, it can be your infrastructure, and it can be something which is intangible like your reputation or your patents. These are all assets that we need to protect. Now, what exactly is vulnerability? Vulnerability is a weakness in your system. See, if my house has a window and the window door is not properly working, the window is, lock is not properly working, then it means that I have a vulnerability in my house. It is a weakness, and anyone, a burglar, can take advantage of that vulnerability. Okay. So, similarly, in our computers, when we install different applications, different operating systems, then those operating systems, those applications have weaknesses or vulnerabilities that can be used by the hacker. So exploitation is basically making use of that vulnerability. It is a program or a technique that that take advantage of a specific vulnerability.
Still, I'm asking you, brothers and sisters, to be both patient and compassionate about what is going on right now. That
I'm connected.
we had lost you temporarily, but it looks like everything is back to normal. You may proceed, Dr. Wahid.
Okay, okay. So what I was saying that right now I'm connected with the internet, and my machine is right now exposed, right? And if any hacker is around, he or she can take advantage of any vulnerability, any weakness which I have in my machine, right? So basically, when there is a vulnerability, there is an exploitation for that. So there is another word which is known as a threat. So if I have a software in my computer, an antivirus, which I have not updated, so it means that there is a threat that a hacker will exploit it, right? So the primary goal of a cyber threat is to gain unauthorized access, and hackers, what they do, they make use of a vulnerability. They find the vulnerability. If there is a weakness, there is a threat. If the threat is there, it can be exploited, and that exploitation is known as an attack. So we have threat actors. This is a specific word which is used for different type of hackers. So a threat actor is a hacker. He can be internal hacker. He can be internal or external both, right? Then we have risk. Risk is the potential, the chance, the probability of losing data or having a cyber threat exploiting a vulnerability. It is a probability that the threat will be exploited, and the threat will exploit a particular vulnerability. As I mentioned, that when a hacker executes a specific procedure to get into your machine by making use of a vulnerability, then we say that an attack has happened. And when an attack happens, there is a loss of data, there is a disruption in business continuity, and this is a reputation damage as well. So some of the, if you look at the blogs, if you look at in the news, you'll see that in the technology news, there daily they are reporting their cyber attacks are happening, and there are phishing attacks, there are ransomware attacks, there are malware attacks. These are the various type of the attacks which are being carried out by the cyber criminals, and the intensity of these attacks is growing every day. Now, there is a term which is known as malware. Malware is something, it is a software which
Once again, I have to jump in to fill the
trojans,
void.
bacteria. These are the names given to different type of malicious softwares which are created to create harm. They are created to cause harm in your machine. So malware is an umbrella under